All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where we have Gervonta Tank Davis in a big fight coming up the weekend after next against Hector Garcia. But some really bad news shared by Devin Haney about Hector Garcia. And quite bizarre, almost hard to believe. Let's talk about that. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 135-pound division talking about a fight that's coming up and a detractor of a major fight that is coming up. But honestly, man, it's not much of a surprise, but saying something that's pretty hard to believe, right? But at the same time, admitting that he wasn't telling the truth before. So let's talk about Gervonta Davis, Hector Garcia, and Devin the Dream Haney. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified, of when we release more videos. And this particular video goes out to my diehard Devin Haney fans. Guys, I do believe Chillville is a big Devin Haney fan, and definitely Star 007 and Quincy Carter, who no longer comes by the channel, but that's all right, man. We'll get it together one day. Thank you guys so much for your support over time. And also thank you to everybody that supports in the super chats and in the cash apps that we have in the live stream. Thank you so much. That is how the channel continues. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks in videos like this, which you can find with the dollar and the heart sign. It's a way to donate to channels, not just mine, but any content creator, to allow them to continue to do the work that you like. But let's get into this, man. All right, Cap City, Cap City, Cap City. For a very long time, I've been hearing people use the word cap, 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 cap. Now, I, being an older gentleman, was really not into that, using that word as something that has come along, over the last several years. But it pretty much means you're full of it, right? And in some way, shape, or form means you're full of it. And I can understand that one. And in this particular instance, Devin Haney, who is the undisputed champion at 135 pounds. Definitely one of the best fighters in that, probably, maybe the best fighter in that division, definitely has all of the belts. One of the best young fighters in the sport of boxing. Some people say he's one of the best fighters in all of boxing, right? Somebody that deserves a lot of credit for what he does in the ring, without a doubt. Talented fighter, highly skilled fighter with a bright future in front of him. Now, he made a comment about the fight that is coming up on January 7th between Gervonta Tank Davis and Hector Garcia. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is the WBA regular champion at 135 pounds. He's out of Baltimore, Maryland, and as you know, is one of the 3 or 4 biggest names in the sport of boxing, no matter what the weight class is, right? Sold out 5, 6 different stadiums in 5 or 6 different cities, right? Does big pay-per-view numbers, exciting fights, big stars ringside. All of that good old stuff, right, is what Gervonta Davis does. But he does not have any of the major championship belts at 135, which creates a little bit of funniness in the division, because you say, well, who's the man in the division? Is it the man with all the belts, or is it the man with all the fans? All the belts are all the fans, right? Well, if you're talking about championships, it's all the belts. If you're talking about people wanting to fight you and wanting to get in the ring with you and people targeting you, it's going to be the man with the fans, because the man with the fans is the man with the fans' money. And that always is what winds up attracting a lot more attention than the belts that you actually pay for. But Devin Haney made a comment about the fighter Hector Garcia, who Gervonta Davis will be fighting, and said that he had to put Hector Garcia out of his training camp because Hector Garcia could not keep up with him in sparring. Right now, at the same time, he was asked about when he said that he would have been available to fight Gervonta Davis in sparring, right? In December. Would you be able to fight Gervonta Davis in December? Or he actually volunteered that, right, in an argument with Steven Espinoza, who's the president of Showtime Sports and the network that Gervonta fights on. But Devin Haney admitted that he was capped on that. That obviously, he wouldn't have been able to fight in December. That was right. That he was capped on that. That wasn't quite right. Now, when he said that, people took that very seriously. That was not said or interpreted by many of his fans as if he was not dead serious about that. And at the time, myself and other people were like, look, man, that Devin is saying something that's not true. How is he going to be available to fight Gervonta Davis in December? He's coming off a fight with George Kambosos, and he has a fight already in the works with Lomachenko, something we've known for a year and a half. So he's saying things that are not true, right? Now, saying it, why? For self-promotion. Now, do I know for certain that he's doing the same thing with Hector Garcia? That he did not put Hector Garcia out of training camp because Hector Garcia just wasn't even good enough to be a sparring partner? I don't know that to be true, but that doesn't sound realistic. Hector Garcia, first of all, is an Olympic boxer. So he's a guy that is big enough to spar a 135-pound fighters, right? Now, granted, Devin Haney, when he's sparring before his fight, may be weighing, 155 pounds, he may be weighing 150, 155 pounds at that time. So maybe during that time, he's a lot bigger than him. However, the idea that the WBA super champion at 130 pounds that beat Chris Colbert, beat Gutierrez, and is an undefeated fighter and an Olympic fighter is not good enough to be Devin Haney's sparring partner, that seems just a little bit far-fetched when you know who the sparring partners for people are, right? So you have guys like, take for example Tyson Fury, who has sparring partners. A sparring partner would stand no chance of beating him in an actual fight and ain't going to come anywhere near winning a world championship at any weight class. So to say that you have a world champion fighter, literally a major championship title holder that isn't good enough to be your sparring partner, may be that little bit of exaggeration that may leak over in to be qualified as being called cap. I have a hard time believing that, and it just seemed like Devin Haney wants to, and I'm telling you, pay attention to Devin Haney about Tank enough. There's no positive words that leave his mouth about Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, he beat the ish out of Gervonta Davis in sparring. And even though that is very, very hard to believe, because come on, man, Devin Haney ain't beating the ish out of people in championship fights. He's beating them convincingly, but he ain't like just laying it down on those dudes like that. He's just not that big a puncher to be beating the ish out of people, let alone to be able to beat it out of Gervonta Davis, who most definitely is a world-class fighter, man. So I just find it funny, man. It like just the vitriol that Devin Haney has for Gervonta, but I tell you, it has a lot to do with that whole thing that I just talked about with, who's the man? Is it the man with the belts or is it the man with the fans? And it seems to me as if he may just be holding a little bit of envy for the man with the fans. But that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.